Today, my sister hit me, like physically started punching me. Just as like a little backstory, for the past 6 months, I have not talked to her. I haven't like said, let's hang out, let's go out to eat, let's do this, let's see a movie. I've been like ignoring her as much as I possibly can, like ignoring her TikToks that she sends me or whatever. And the whole time my mom was just like reiterating like, oh, you guys are so lucky, why can't you just get along, and blah blah blah. And I was just like, I don't want to talk to her, I don't want to be around her, I don't want to associate with her because she makes me feel bad and she's not a nice person. And my mom's just like, oh well, she could be moody sometimes, but you guys should just try to get along. Well, this past week I planned to visit my mom who lives out of state, and I planned to fly there alone and visit her. And then my sister texted me, she was like, when do you plan to visit mom? And I said these dates, and she says, okay, well, let's just all drive together, me and my sister and her boyfriend. And so I just thought, well, okay, let's try, let's see what happens. And I really did not want to go on this trip with her. So we go on the trip. She's obviously moody. She's in a bad mood a lot. Sometimes she's in a good mood, sometimes we like hang out and we laugh and whatever, but I'd say 60% of the time, 60-70% of the time she's in a bad mood. But whatever. Then we drive back, and after like a 6-hour car ride, and we get back here, and I take all of my stuff out of the car, my suitcase, my backpack, and my pillow, and then I'm in the living room playing with the dog, saying hi. And then my dad and her boyfriend are like, what are you guys doing? Why are you sitting on the couch? Come on, let's unpack the car. And my sister gets up and she's like, come on, Sarah, you need to help unpack. And because we need to get these things out of the car for dad, like a few things for my dad. And I'm like, okay, well, I got all my stuff out of the car. I don't know where the stuff is for dad because I didn't pack the car. And then she starts getting angry, like mad. And she's like, well, you need to help anyway. And I say like, okay, well, I didn't pack the car, so I don't know where the things are. I don't want to rifle through everyone's things. When it would be faster if you like, I'm not just saying do everything, I got all my stuff out, but whatever. And then she gets angry and she's like, you're a fucking idiot. She started yelling at me. She's saying, you're a fucking idiot. You need to start helping. You can't just sit here and do nothing. And I'm like, I just don't know what to say. So I just keep reiterating, I didn't pack it, so I don't know where the things are. And then she starts punching me. She starts like slapping me and punching me and hitting me. And I'm just so stunned that I don't know what to do. So I'm just like using my hand and I'm like trying to hit her back. And it's probably just like 5 seconds. But during that 5 seconds she's hitting me, I realize like, what the fuck is happening? Why is she hitting me? And so I take a step back, and then she has to just get that last punch in, so she punches my arm, and then she walks away, and then she's like, oh, sometimes I just want to fucking punch you in the face. And so I just stand there, and then I'm just like in shock. And I'm like, I'm not gonna go after her and help unpack the car because she's obviously very upset to the point where she's hitting me. And so I'm just standing there. And then I'm trying not to cry because I know that everyone's going to come back in the house and be like, why are you crying? And my dad's going to want to visit, and that's how the trip was, and I just don't want to do that. And so I'm just trying to hold back the tears, and then I can't, and I do start crying, and so I just go upstairs. And then I just call my mom, and I'm like, Mom, you need to have a talk with her. Like, she just hit me, and I'm fucking crying and whatever. And my mom's like, what? She's like in shock. And I'm like, yeah, she just hit me, blah, 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 blah. My mom's super mad. She's like trying to call my sister right now. And I'm like, can you just wait like 30 minutes until they get home or whatever? But whatever. And then they leave right away, and I go back downstairs to my dad, and I'm sobbing and crying to my dad. I'm like, she just hit me, she's yelling in my face, she'll be a fucking idiot. And my dad is like in shock. He's like, ooh, like, what did you do? And I'm like, I just did this, like, I didn't do anything, I didn't provoke her, I just said like, I don't know where the stuff is, blah 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 blah. And he's just like in shock. He's like, she's almost 30 years old, she's 28 years old, and she's buying a house, and she's hitting you and doing these things. And he's like, blah blah blah. And it's just like, yeah, it's pretty bad. And the shitty thing is, because my mom lives out of state, right? And then my dad, as you can see, I don't really have a room anymore. And that's because everything is packed up. Because after everything is packed up and the house is ready, my dad's going to list the house. And then he's going to sell the house, and then he's going to move to out of state with my mom. And then I'm going to move in with my sister and her boyfriend. And so that is the living situation in which I am moving to. And I've talked about it before, obviously, about how I have no friends. And for a long time, my sister was my only friend. She's like the only person I would have to go out to eat with, or go to Target with, or go see a movie with. And obviously, that is not really an option anymore, because for some reason, she just gets irrationally angry, and I am the only person she can take it out on. She can't, because she works here's the kicker. She works as a 3rd grade teacher to children. So she obviously can't take it out on the children. She can't take it out on my dad. She can't take it out on my mom. She can't take it out on her boyfriend or fiance. And so it's just me. And so if I ever say something annoying or do something that does not go exactly according to how she thinks it should go, I get yelled at and berated and called a fucking idiot. And this is not the first time it's happened, where she's like yelling at me, berating me. There was a trip we went on to Colorado, and I think we were getting groceries, and I forgot my wallet, and it was like my turn to pay. And she was like, "You fucking idiot! How could you forget your wallet? Now you're gonna have to. Now I'm gonna pay, and you're gonna have to Zelle me or whatever." Blah blah blah. And she's saying this. We're sitting in the back seat, and her boyfriend and her friend are just sitting in the front seat, just silent. And she's calling me a fucking idiot. You're so stupid. And she hits me. And literally, her boyfriend brought that up on the trip because I was complaining about how she's so moody. And he was like, "Oh yeah, and that time in Colorado, that was freaking crazy. And she started hitting you. Like, yeah, we were on your side." And I'm just like, "Great, thanks. You guys just told me." But yeah, I just wanted to kind of rant about that. And so that's what I have to look forward to in my living situation and when I move and all that. So yeah, that is so super fun. Awesome. Yippee!